Can you believe we have one more show after this for this year?
And the party's over.
And the party's over. This is our third year.
Gone. Do you even remember, like...
We started this during the pandemic.
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
This is our third year.
But like, I seem like just yesterday was the 2000, everyone was scared about, Y2K? Or
losing all your info, everything.
Yeah.
Get your money out of the bank. It's going to get deleted. Remember that?
That was 24 years ago. Get your money out of the bank.
George, you don't even remember that, right? You were one.
No. Oh, I listened to a podcast all about Y2K and how people capitalized on it. Oh, my God.
Really?
Nuts. Yeah. It was a good podcast.
So crazy.
Just wild.
No, just the time
Get your money out of the bank.
Time goes by so fast. That's why, especially holiday season, guys and girls and anyone that's watching us, real important for you to make sure you make the best of the time with your families. And you know, Christmas to me will never kind of be the same. I'm a little bit stubborn, though. It's my own fault. I do have my my wife's nieces, which are my nieces, in Baltimore, Washington area, and usually every year I go back there and spend it with them. And they're great. They're great kids. This is actually the first year I haven't made it there. I have too many media commitments actually this weekend. We have a crazy football NFL schedule we're going to get to in a second. But going back to what I said, you want to make the best of it with your families and friends and your family time, because you just don't know. Like, I took it for granted with my parents.
Yep.
You know, I've talked about it on this show before. I had an old-fashioned Hungarian father who his mother and father I was very close. My grandparents I was very close to. I was my grandfather's first grandson. Great cooks, great holiday season. They literally all had accents, Hungarian accents, and they were just some of the best, warm, loving people. And I just took it for granted, being with them every single year for Christmas Day. Christmas Eve was my mother, you know, the Italian from the Bronx, this Feast of Seven Fishes, and my aunt coming down from the Bronx to my mom's house, and me flying across the country every year like it was nothing. I got on a plane and fly there for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I was with them for 50 years straight. And when my mom passed, she was the glue that held the family together, and everything changed since then. And I realize how special of a time that was now more than ever, because you take it for granted. Yeah, it's going to be there forever. The same exact thing. It's a great thing. I look forward to every year. So make sure you take advantage of this situation and really realize what's going on there. Maybe keep the NFL games down a little bit low this year and volume off, and just watch the watch the games a little bit, but just have Christmas music on in the background, some classic music or something, and relish that time with your family and friends.
I couldn't agree more. When by the time this airs tomorrow, it will be 2 weeks since losing my mom.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
And Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know if do you know who Gary V is? Okay, so Gary V, maybe a couple years ago, he put up a post and he said exactly what you basically just said about family putting the time in. But when he teed it up like this, it really does open your eyes.
It does.
He said, most people, when you get to adulthood, you see your parents once or twice a year, right? Christmas, holidays, maybe someone's birthday, whatever. For many people, once a year. So like my dad's going to be 80 on April 3rd.
Right.
You know, life expectancy, whatever, 80.
Sure.
You know, it's you're in the zone now,
He's
right?
past it already.
Let's just say it's 85.
Yeah.
Right? My mom was 84. Okay,
Yep.
so let's say my dad just gets to 85. That would, if I see him once or twice a year, that means I'm going to see him 5 to 10 more times in my life.
Oof, thinking about it like that.
When you think about it like that, it messes with your head, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Sometimes people get softer when they get old too, and I'll tell you about this. My mom was very unfortunate. Her mom died when she was 10, and her father was just no good. I'll never consider myself a grandfather on that side. He was just no good. So he remarried. He remarried a witch, and the witch that he remarried, she had previous children, and actually we all got close to those kids, and I consider them my aunts and uncles, her kids. But you could see how the mother didn't show love to her kids. Her kids never, ever, ever were that warm, loving person until like my aunt got cancer. So the last 8 years of her life, it's almost like they see the gatekeeper and wake up one day And all of a sudden, my aunt started telling everyone she loved them.
Yeah.
She's never said she loved them because her mother never showed her love.
Right.
So she actually said, I love you. And to her kids, her grandkids. And it was not only her. This happens in a lot of families. I know another family it happened in recently. And because their father, you only know what your father or mother showed you as a child. So that love wasn't there.
Right.
So a lot of times you can't pass it down, but a lot of times you could too. A lot of times you'll be married into a family and you'll say like, wow, I'm going to tell you right away. I don't care if it gets back to my wife's parents. My wife's parents are the best example too. Stoic, German, and never really showed that love to their children. And so Kelly never seen that until she was like 17, 18 over my family's house, laughing, fooling around, holidays, joking, music in the background, love, special bonding. I'm not trying to say we were anything special. We were like most of you people. But she said, wow, that's the way it's supposed to work?
Yeah.
That's how screwed up my family is?
Yeah.
You know, and it's one of the reasons why I admit it. That's one of the reasons I'm not happy I didn't even go over there, this year. She would get really upset me talking, but I don't care. Doesn't matter. It is what it is. So she took to my family and my mom and dad, and oh God, because my mom and dad were overly loving and sensitive, and Billy, call me when you get home. I said, Dad, I'm 40. Call me when you get it.
My dad's same way.
Yeah, call me when you get it. I'm across the country or whatever it may be.
Take a jacket.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, make sure you get this and that. So especially my mom too. Both of them, my mother and father. So anyway, I don't mean to start the show so being so sensitive. We're not.
It's too late. We already blew it.
It did because John's mom did pass, and that wasn't the purpose of me talking about my mother and father.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah,
I lost them so young. My parents died 68 and 69.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but I was so mad too because I went to Catholic school as a kid, so I was so mad at like God but
right.
Now someone showed to me and said, man at God, you were with them 50 years straight every Christmas and Thanksgiving. You had a position in life. You were able to just get on a plane, fly across the country, come back in a few days, go back there again in 3 weeks for Christmas. So it's real something I should cherish more. And I just wanted to tell you guys that because I'm sure your family's still alive and maybe you want to learn from, I'll even say, my mistakes. So anyway. All right. Well,
I like that.
Let's.
I like soft Bill Krackomberger.
Yeah. No. There's a teddy bear girl, Bill Krackomberger, of course.
Teddy bear Bill.
Yeah.
I like it.
I want to start off with some football.
Okay.
Let's go into football.
I want to talk about football too.
I'm going to go into football standings.
Okay.
Do I bury John George right away?
Go ahead. Let's hear it. Let's hear what you could bring it. Let me hear what you got.
Cowboy thing.
He called you soft a second ago, bro.
Yeah.
Go hard on
soft,
that.
and now
don't let one loss.
Yeah. One loss. Yeah.
Yeah, this past.
How can they go? How can they beat the Eagles and then come back like this? This is a big weekend for them. They're playing Miami.
Yeah.
So the line's about 1.5. Miami really hasn't beat anyone of significance that I can say, oh my God, that was a great game. They beat them. And Dallas probably hasn't either, except for the Eagles. So this is a big game for Dallas this weekend. Both 10-4, fighting for the NFC. We've seen the Eagles also lose to Seattle on Monday night. So, when you see this happening, you say to yourself, wow, it's a good thing the Giants weren't a little bit hotter at the beginning of the season. They'd be in a division race here. But anyway, so it's still so wide open across the entire league, except for the NFC West, where, of course, San Fran is dominating at 11-3. But even the Rams in Seattle, they're still going to be in there for a playoff spot. Let's go to the NFC North. Yeah, the Lions are going to win that. That's locked up, literally, unless they lose one game, which they shouldn't lose one on the next three.
Real quick,
yeah.
The Niners are 11-3.
Yeah.
And you said they're dominating.
Yeah.
What are the Cowboys' record? What's their record?
10-4.
Right, which is really close to 11-3.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. The Niners dominating at 11-3.
They're dominating.
And the Cowboys are 10-4.
The West.
I get it. I understand.
Yeah. No, Cowboys and Eagles are both.
Yeah.
Yet the Eagles are still a big favorite to win that division.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah. Well,
Cowboys.
The Eagles have. Listen, they've Eagles have been very lucky this year in a lot of games. I say it every week here. I'll go back to game 1 when they played New England. They probably should have lost versus New England. Versus Washington twice, they could have lost easily one time.
Yeah.
Kansas City, Buffalo. They can easily be like
500 team.
They could.
Yeah.
They could be a 500 team.
They're a glorified 500 team.
They're not.
Eagles,
they're
okay? That's
not.
what they are. The Eagles are a glorified 500 team. Enjoy, Philly.
I don't think they're reaching the Super Bowl this year. I really don't.
They're not reaching the Super Bowl. The Cowboys will be in the Super Bowl.
Wow.
I promise you.
You got them beaten.
And I can tell you who they're going to play.
Yeah.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
Put your best customers in that, Krack.
NFC, that's a line from Wall Street when people that don't know.
You like, hey, got that. I like it.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
No, it's one of my favorite movies. I have cult movies of all time.
Yeah.
It's like the Sinatra music opening up and Charlie Sheen.
George, have you even seen Wall Street? God,
Probably
I
not.
hope you say yes.
No, I have not. It sounds like a good movie, though.
George, listen to me. When does the studio closes this Friday for holidays?
Correct.
It opens back up January 3rd?
Yes.
There's a Wise Kracks January 3rd.
Yes.
We will not do the show if you have not seen the movie Wall Street.
Watch.
It's wow.
Gotcha.
You know what? I'm going to give you.
I love it. He writes it down.
All right, so I don't forget.
On a to-do list.
I may go further. I have a whole list to hear of movies that you.
I like it. Let's start giving George Carmona some homework every week. A new movie.
You know, the younger crowd doesn't take to the Pope of Greenwich Village.
No,
for some reason.
It doesn't.
It's a cult classic.
I know, but it doesn't hold up now, right?
Well, you've seen Casino. You've seen Rounders, right, George? You've seen them, right?
I have not seen Rounders, but I've lived with John now for 3 years, so I feel like I have seen it.
I'm not going to go through the rest of the list.
I don't know what to.
That's like your once a week movie.
I can't even believe this.
That's 3 movies that I have.
You haven't seen Rounders?
Okay, so now.
Okay, he's done.
I'm
not
away.
going over the rest of the list, and I may not even talk to the kid again.
We're gonna pick a date. You're gonna come to my place, and we will watch Rounders. I want to witness you watching Rounders. Whenever.
Okay. And then I will, here's the thing. I acted my senior year in a poker film that won an award, and I'm going to send it to you. I didn't know shit about poker back then.
Okay.
But I play the role really well.
Really?
Yeah. I'll send you the link. It's like a 6-minute film.
He was in a poker movie.
And hasn't
seen
Rounders.
I was 16, guys.
John, I'll go back. I'll just talk to you on these.
Yeah, I asked. By the way, I asked for a dealer change 2 months ago because my dealer hadn't seen Rounders.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of him.
It was her first week of dealing, and I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Pull her off the game. She says no business dealing."
She has to get up. I may give her a pass because she one weekend.
But she's like 25.
Yeah, real quick. We'll go over these. Yeah, real quick. You know what? I'll save this for a different time. But I'll just give you the first list here.
Go.
Gotti with Armand Assante.
Great movie.
Great movie. Of course, George, if you didn't see this one, I may have to stop the show.
Oh, no. You're not going to say Shawshank, are you?
Goodfellas.
Tell me you've seen Goodfellas. Oh, my God. No.
You might be the worst human.
Come on. Are you kidding? Wait, you are kidding right now.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I grew up in a Cuban household, man.
No.
There was no mob type,
Wait, are you really being serious? You've never seen
Goodfellas?
Yeah.
What do you watch all day? Like SpongeBob? What are you watching over there?
What is going on?
Dude, I studied Pardon the Interruption for about 8 years, from like 7 to 12.
Why?
It was just nothing but ESPN. Nothing but ESPN.
My condolences. Following ESPN, though.
I equally don't watch Disney movies. Like, I don't watch those.
I think I'm Facebook friends with your dad.
Yeah.
I'm sending him a message today telling him that I'm sorry, but he's failed you as a father.
He failed you.
Okay?
Yeah, leave it at that, please. Leave it at that. I want him to call me and just be like, George, hey, I got a really bad message from your boss.
don't say why.
Yeah.
I can't do that to him.
No, do it.
I'm like,
that's funny as fuck.
Oh my God. Goodfellas. Oh, hey, have you seen Shawshank since I brought it up?
Yes.
You did?
I have seen Shawshank.
Since you brought it up. Okay, that's on the list.
Keep going.
These are going to be for you now, because if he didn't see Goodfellas, he didn't see Bronx Tale and Donnie Brasco. And no. But John, you've seen
Of course.
Bronx Tale, Donnie. I know this is a mob genre.
I just watched Donnie Brasco like 2 months ago. It's on Netflix right now.
It's on Netflix, yeah. Carlito's Way.
Of course.
I'm going to go a little deeper here. State of Grace.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Good. That's a little deeper. I love that.
Great movie.
Yeah, Sean Penn's a great actor. He's been in so many good movies.
He got robbed for no nomination, no win so many times.
One of my favorite movies of all time, probably number 2, past The Godfather, is Casablanca. And it's a black and white movie. You wouldn't think that would be in my list of.
Fell asleep watching it during film school.
Oh, okay. So you've seen it a couple times though. After that.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, see,
also,
I understand why.
This might upset you. Citizen Kane is a
Yeah, I've only seen that once.
It's a no-go for
Casablanca
me.
I watch every
Fell
year.
asleep during that.
Yeah. Then I go into like anything Daniel Day-Lewis,
Yeah,
anything
of
of
course.
his. Usual Suspects.
Of course.
Pulp
Have you seen
Fiction.
that? Usual Suspects?
Nope.
Have you seen Pulp Fiction?
Pulp Fiction?
Yes, I have.
Good.
Wild.
I almost walked out. I would have walked out just now.
How about like Denzel, Training Day, Man on Fire?
Training Day I've seen.
Okay.
Man on Fire is excellent too.
Man on Fire's great.
Great. Even though I'm
American Gangster?
I'm not against American Gangster.
So good.
What great actor, not a good person. Sits down, national anthem, hat on, sits down right in front of me.
Denzel?
Yeah, right in front of me. He sat down during the national anthem. Listen, I know I shouldn't get like that, and then my friend Jerry Eisenberg said, "Billy, they're not really sitting during the night." I don't want to hear it. You make your money in this country. You make a lot of money. You made your money in this country. Salute the flag, because I'll tell you right now, my family died for the flag. I have an uncle that died in World War II, my father's uncle. People have died for this country fighting for that flag and that flag to be raised. So I take it personal.
I like it.
Yeah. Anyway.
I like when Bill's fired up.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Of course.
Ooh,
There's no way he's seen that one.
No.
I understand that. I'm not mad at him for that.
Jaws, I watch every summer.
Really?
I love that.
I've only seen that once.
Yeah. Moneyball, baseball, you're going to love that.
Oh, God, Moneyball.
Good one.
Shawshank, I have that.
I watch Moneyball almost as much as I watch Rounders.
I watch Moneyball a lot.
Yeah.
I do.
It's so good.
I like War Dogs. Have you seen that?
So good.
I thought War Dogs
George,
were great.
okay.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's getting better, George.
I'll go a little deeper
I
here.
like this game.
Glengarry Glen Ross.
Oh, come on. George.
No, he didn't see that, but you will.
No, I gave it to him as a homework assignment a week ago.
No.
You
Glengarry
did.
Glen Ross?
Yes.
You did. Wow.
Yes.
I'm failing
I
John's
said
Movies 101.
it's about real estate salesmen, but it's anyone in sales needs to watch that. That's where Always Be Closing came from.
Ah, yes.
Always Be
I do
ABC.
quote it. Never seen it.
Yeah, you would like that movie.
I'll close with a funny one here.
All right.
Let It Ride.
Oh, so good.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Rattle that
gambling
fiver
movie.
up your ass.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, great!
So
thing.
good.
And that wasn't even planned to even do that. Just a spontaneous
So
thing.
good.
So going back to the NFL though.
Yeah, sorry.
The NFC South, first place is 7-7. Is a two-way tie. Saints and the Bucks. Falcons 6-8. One of those teams are going to win that division and host a playoff game, like George said.
Now, isn't it wrong if one of those teams with the crappy record was to go all the way to
They
the
could,
Super Bowl?
because any given Sunday,
Or is
anything
that
can
what
and
makes
will
football
happen.
good?
It does. It
Yeah.
does. Same thing. Yeah, same thing with like the AFC South. Jaguars, Colts, and Texans, all 8-6. I mean, they have winning records, but barely. And I thought the Texans were going to start. They would come on here, and they lost a couple.
I don't think that's
key
right.
games.
That a 6-8 team, 7-7 makes the playoffs.
Baltimore's looking better though, guys. Baltimore Chiefs, Bills. Bills are right now. They're 8-6. Would they be in the playoffs? They might be, but Bills would have a tough time in the playoffs right now, according to the schedule makers here. So Dolphins are clearly the 10-4. Bills 8-6. So I think the Bills are better than the Dolphins, though. So anyway, some good football coming up this weekend.
Wait, you think the Bills are better than the Dolphins?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
The Dolphins haven't really beat anybody at home. I mean, I haven't really beat any good teams. I think the Bills are better than them. Bills have come on a little bit late in the season. Maybe that's the reason why. Maybe I'm looking at.
They play each other last week of the season.
Yep.
January 7th. Did you put any action in that? You had talked about it earlier.
Yeah, no. It's funny because as we speak, my prop guy just texted me. The Broncos, Williams under rushing yards, which I will get in. So all day long, doesn't matter. I do shows all week long. I'm always betting live on the show, so I'll do that when we go to you. But here, I want to tell you, though, NFL this weekend, very unusual. Saturday, 2 football games, the 23rd, NFL games. Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Buffalo Chargers. Now you go to Sunday, Christmas Eve. Of course, you have your full slate of games. There's, like 10 games. 3, 6, 9, 10. 3, 6, 9, 10. 10 games on Sunday. And now Monday, Christmas Day, 3 games. The Raiders, Kansas City, Giants, Philadelphia, Baltimore, San Fran. Good games, too.
Is the Raider game here?
Not that the Giants will be a good game, but the Raiders game is in Kansas City.
Oh.
No. Baltimore, San Fran. So Christmas Day, there's plethora of games. This is very unusual. It's one of the reasons why I have to be separated from the missus this year. Because of media commitments, and I have to have my machines in my office, and I would have been like flowers in the attic at my brother-in-law's. My brother-in-law's, he's a Secret Service agent in Washington, but they like put me in the basement. I have my own little thing. I don't know if there's connections right in the basement. So good people though. I like I love my nieces. So you know, I'm upset. They don't know yet either. Kelly's gonna have to break it to them. I'm not gonna be there. But
now, do you send a couple like penalty envelopes with her?
I give her. I never argue over money. Oh my God! If you knew what we argued over, you wouldn't believe me.
Really?
We never argue over money. But I was like, how much money do you need to give the kids and stuff? So I gave her a good amount, a couple $1,000 for things, for presents, whatever. You know, and she goes, I have to go buy something. Let's buy something. They're 18 and 20.
Cash.
Give them cash.
Yep, cash.
That's what they want.
100%.
So, I give her some money, and then she's like, and listen, I want to buy you a bag for Christmas, but I know you'll be upset. I said, listen, don't you dare buy me a bag for Christmas. I carry stuff in the bag, and you bought me a bag even.
Yeah.
I carry stuff, but the thing hurts my neck here. As you can see, there's a little red here.
Oh.
That came from this bag. And she's like, no, I'm going to get you a Louis Vuitton bag. I said, you out of your mind? I said, I'll kill you. I'll be really upset if you get me a Louis Vuitton.
Because of the price?
Yes. I'm very, very cheap on myself. You know that.
Yeah.
And I said, don't you dare get me a Louis Vuitton bag. And she's like, she almost like teared up. So and I was like, don't you dare. Because I know that they're like, listen, we're not fancy people. So.
Right.
Like
but she wants you to have one
my
nice
wife wanted
bag.
a Louis Vuitton bag one time in her life. She has one bag. And I went to the thing, and she was so happy to be in the store. She wanted me to film her going in with the bag.
That's a big deal.
Even the shopping bag and the box they put it in.
Yeah, it's a nice box.
And
big yellow
I was
box.
like, get a wallet to go with it. So I was like, oh, she was like, no, are you kidding me? Oh, my God. So I spent like $5,000 on one time. And even that, I thought was a waste of money. I do. I think it's a waste of money. So anyway, I think she must have bought it for me, a bag, and she knows what I said. Don't you dare get me a bag. I don't want gifts. I'm a giver. I don't like opening up.
I get
gifts.
it, but she wants to give it to you.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Wait, but you got to tell her it's okay. Text her right now and just say, hey, I was thinking about the bag.
She probably landed. Yeah, she landed.
Text her right now and just say, hey, if you want to give me the bag.
No, I can't do that. It's not the way I talk. I don't want no one's. Listen. It's the weirdest thing in the world. I spent $880 2 nights ago on dinner.
Right.
But yet I won't go for a bag for $3.
It's weird.
It's weird. I won't do it. Like, you know, and by the way.
But she'll also argue you'll do Pittsburgh and the over.
She doesn't know. Listen, I'm a guy that doesn't tell my wife anything like that. Okay. I don't tell them. You never tell them your big wins. Right. You never tell them my big losses. And they'll never understand wins and losses equal at the end of the year. For me, X amount of dollars on the winning side, it's a grind. So if I tell her, hey, this is a really good day, I had a $40,000 day, you know, then you tell me I had a $40,000 loss, she'll be like, oh my God, what are we doing? We have losses like that? No, you don't tell her. I don't tell her anything. Right. The bills are paid, everything's done, and that's it. So, but let me just tell you, talking about food. I've seen something, an influencer on Twitter, believe it or not. I was an influencer usually on TikTok and Instagram, but the guy was right. He's an Asian chef in this town. It's a really good chef, and he's like, we live in the #1 town in America for food. I thought about it. I said, you know what? He's kind of right. New York and Vegas is probably #1 and #2 on my list for food. Yeah, we have so many different things. The Asian food here. We have Chinese, Korean, Japanese barbecue. There's a Japanese barbecue I love to go to. It's on Decatur and the Spring Mountain on the corner there. Yeah. Of course, I can't think of the name, but listen, there's not many Japanese barbecue. They're mostly Korean, all-you-can-eat barbecue. Right. The Japanese one's a little more expensive, but its quality is fantastic. You cook your own food. It's so good. And it's called 888. That's what it's called.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah. Now, there's an 888 Korean and there's an 888 Japanese. I'm referring to the Japanese one. Quality stuff, great. And I turned it on to so many people. They all come to town and say, hey, we're going to 888. Can you want to meet us there? So, but the steakhouses we have every gourmet chef in town. So good. Some of the best local cheap food, too, by the way. You go to, like, Chinatown, like, there's a lot of, what's the broth the people, I don't eat that. broth with the hard noodles that people eat.
Ramen?
Ramen. Yeah, thank you. You know about ramen, though, but you don't know the anyway,
I was poor college student at a point in time.
So anyway, we have places that are specialized just in ramen. Like $8, you go in and get a ramen bowl. I mean, really good food on all the way up to your like Joel Robuchons.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm a big fan of Peter Luger's now. I went there like 5 times already. But you can go to almost any strip casino and have really good quality food. Yeah. I haven't been to Fontainebleau yet.
Me neither.
I haven't been there yet. So I haven't been there yet. Yesterday, you're going to see a tweet there that George is showing you guys, and I'm going to show it to John close up. So someone said to me on Twitter and said, "Hey, Bill."
Oh my God! I saw this. I saw this on your Twitter.
Oh, you seen it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw it on your Twitter this morning. I couldn't believe it.
It's 155,000 views. Welcome to Vegas. Fontainebleau charging $67 for water and coffee in the room. All they got was water, 2 bottles of Fiji, and a pot of coffee, and the bill was $67. And these Fugazi fees here, so it's $46, but then a dining charge of $9, 18% service fee, of course, your tax. Now there's a line for additional gratuity. Oh, that's nice. What do you tip a captain?
Right.
You know, I mean, it's unbelievable that these prices. By the way, I don't mean to pick on Fontainebleau. You can go to almost any casino in town, and you'll see these prices are out of control for things like this. Speaking of out of control prices and out of control things, boy, I was going to end with this, but let's talk about it now. Let's get the bad news out of the way.
Okay.
This is bad.
You're
not going to like it.
No?
You're not going to like it.
Tell me.
It involves someone you know.
Oh, no.
So
wait, are we getting canceled?
Our friend.
Oh, God.
That our friend that took us to so many games and did so many. You know, he went to the hockey game, the Lakers game, the Raiders game.
I know the friend.
Yeah, he won about $20,000 in the casino. He's a big player, but he walks down to these bonus machines that Moi told him about. And I was saying, listen, you got some good bonus machines in your casino that you're staying at. I want to show you these things. And every day they would check. And he's like, we grinded out a dime, Krack. You know, like winning the machines. But he goes to a bonus machine, and he had maybe had sweatpants or something on. And he had a rubber band with 10 $5,000 chips in the rubber band from Aria, 8 $5,000 chips from Marriott, 2 from the Wind, 50,000 in chips. They're gone. He knows what he did too. He's like, these chips were punting. I took them out. I was fudging, and I put it down at the machine, thinking I'll just put it down and let my buddy play instead of me. But I'll put down my buddy let me play instead of him. I put them down, so I don't want to put them back. And I knew they were right there. Walked away and
cameras?
left them.
Can't they?
This is the shocking part, guys. My friend loses $50,000. He's the biggest. No, he's the biggest player in that casino. He's the biggest player in the casino at Stratosphere. They really weren't helpful.
Come on.
They even know who picked up the chips and ran out of the casino. They seen a guy pick him up, go out of the casino, never to be seen. He'll never be back in the Strat. So obviously, $5,000 chips, they're called flags here. We call them flags. These $5,000 chips are very hard to cash.
Yeah.
Any casino
we
in town.
talked about this a month ago. This is a perfect
example.
example.
Very hard to cash, these chips. Unless you're a little street smart, like John and I, we would just find a high roller to go in that plays in that. Like the Win, I could have cashed him. I can cash him in the Win. But or Aria, real simple. Who do you find there? A poker player.
They're
poker player. Or they throw $5,000 chips around.
You could just sit in a game with that, and you wouldn't have a problem.
sit in a game with it. So I don't know if the clientele over there at Stratosphere will be that sharp. I was thinking that they probably won't. They don't know any better. They'll walk to the counter, take one of the chips to try it. And what does that casino do? They say, hey, where did you get this chip from? You know, it's not registered to your name. We need an ID. It's not registered to your name. Where'd you get it from? And sometimes they'll even confiscate the chip. My thing is that someone from the Strat should have called over there. They know they have a description. They can take a picture of the guy.
Right.
Send a picture to the
Be on the lookout for this guy.
Surveillance at Aria and the security surveillance at the Win.
Yep.
And just say, hey, this guy, he got chipped. But he didn't steal them. He found them.
He found them, right. He's not guilty of anything.
And that's the reason why this is not a crime. He didn't steal them from nobody.
Right.
He found them.
Right.
By finding the chips, they're of no monetary value, just like this cap. Oh, there it goes. See how you drop things?
Now it has no value.
Just like that cap has no value on the bottle of water.
Yeah.
There's no value on that. So they can't really do anything. And they're not going to tell David, hey, David, here's the guy. Here's a picture. They'll never show you the guy. Because what happens? How about if David goes and gets the guy and sees him, it fights and hits him in the wrong part of the head and kills him?
Right. Now
Strats
they're
on the
liable.
line. They're liable. So I kind of understand more, but I don't understand why they're not more helpful.
Yeah.
Where they could just call it over there. And by the way, this is the biggest player in the strat. He's got $25,000 swings when he, $50,000 swings gambling. So it's a shame though, isn't that $50,000?
Terrible.
He lost. Yeah.
Was he mad?
He really wasn't. He was
shakes
upset
it
at
off.
himself. He called him. What did he call himself? He called himself scatterbrain. He goes, listen, you got scatterbrain, and I swear, I've been away on gambling trips 4, 5, 6 days, and I've been with everyone pulling at me and doing things. I was like, what do I got to do next one? And then you're carrying bulks of money in your on. I have done stuff like this with tickets though.
Yeah.
More than cash or chips, but it happens. So. Isn't that
That's
terrible?
heartbreaking.
Isn't that terrible?
We could have used that money.
God, man.
Yeah.
One of my best casinos, I'm not going to bury them because I love going in there every week. I can't believe what they told me the other day. So Kelly and I go in, and she gets $500 a week free play. I get $1,000 a week free play on your card. But and by the way, we're both. Well, she's not, but I'm a loser in the casino, even with the $1,000 a week. So we go in, and I said, you know what? Let's get a comp under your card. We've never got a comp under your card, and yesterday I lost $4,000 under your card. I said, so let's use your card for comp. We go to the host desk. You're dealing with a generic host that are at the host desk. They're not a vice president of marketing.
Yeah.
They're not a player development person. So
I know where this is headed.
The kid, he's 25, 28-year-old kid, hot shot that he is. He says, yeah, I can't. He's like handing me the card back. Yeah, I can't do nothing on this card.
You don't have enough hours.
But now he said, here's what he says. I don't even see you played yesterday. So what are you talking about? It's $4,000 under that card. Lost yesterday. He's looking to press some more buttons. Oh yeah, there is. Yeah, you're right. You did lose yesterday. And he goes, yeah, but there's nothing there. There's no comp value there. You earn $33 in comps. So I was kind of like, well, what about previous trips? And isn't there
right? There's a judgment call.
How about loyalty?
Right.
How about loyalty that we're here every week gambling and don't take a comp? She's never taken a comp. She built up some dollars in the store, which she spent $160 in the store, but that was previous trips ago. Yeah. I finally got it out of him. This schmuck.
So to explain to people, it works two ways. There's the points you build up on your card from play, right? But then there's also judgment calls that any host can make.
They're called exception comps.
Right.
So my question is, he goes back and looks, and I finally get it out of him. He goes, yeah, but you won $16,000 under this card one day 2 months ago, and then you lost about 10 of it, so you're still up $6,000 though. I can't do nothing. Like, there has to be a brand loyalty there in somewhere.
Right.
So of course I didn't want to text my host, but I text my host and tell him the whole story, and he's like, Bill, please don't talk to anybody else. Yeah. Just text me. I said, I don't want to bother you. Just please don't bother. Just please bother me. He said, I have like ridiculous swings there, but he does. But I'm sorry. The host, my question is this. Why is there a casino host sitting at a desk in any casino in town if they can't do anything for you that the kiosk doesn't say?
Yeah.
Why are you there? Why are we paying you there? Are you friends with someone in the place?
Right.
Do you have photos of the president of the casino that in a compromising position? What are you doing? How did you get this job?
Yeah.
What are they doing there? What's their job? I don't know what their job is. If they can't
sign
do
up
anything more, then no, the players sign up to a total separate section.
Wow.
But what are you doing at a host desk if you can't comp people when they've never had a comp before? She's never taken a comp and had 12 trips in a row there every week.
You're there to say no to get people to feel the pressure to play more.
Someone like me, I'm going to go on a show and I'm going to blast you.
Right.
And I'm not holding that against you. But I'm saying you never know who you're talking to.
Right.
Not that I'm anybody. There's people, influencers, thousands of them more than me. I'm just saying, But my host takes care of everything there. He understands that, we're local, we're dropping. We don't take a lot of rooms. We don't take a lot of things. We're low maintenance.
Right.
I don't go to gourmet restaurants there.
Right.
You know what I mean? I go to the coffee shop. That's where we were going, to the coffee shop, for $100. Yeah.
I know the place.
Yeah, I was shocked because
it's the place I like too.
Yeah, they treat me great there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I usually don't want to bother the host. So,
Right.
Basically, the bottom line I was shocked about was casinos don't like winners.
They don't like winners.
You won, can't do anything. You won 2 months ago, can't do anything. Even though I love the South Point's the same way. They only comp off loss.
Really?
Yes. If you're a winner, can't do anything for you. Yeah, and I love the food there. And I love the South Point. I think it's a gambling joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All blackjack 3-2 over there.
Yes. It's
no 6-5.
Michael Gaughan runs a great gambling joint over there.
Yeah. What's the rule on aces at the South Point? Do you know? How many times can you split them? Can you split them more than once?
I'm not allowed to play blackjack there. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, fine.
And I'm not even winning. I never won playing blackjack there. Just that it happened from the Mirage years ago.
You're a threat.
A stupid thing happened at the Mirage. I doubled on someone's 11. Someone had an 11 for 7,000 up, and he didn't want to double. He said, Krack, you want a piece? I said, yeah, I'll take the whole thing. He goes, no, I'll take $3,000. I said, okay, here's $4,000. We won the hand, and I guess it was positive count. And they banned me, put me in the Griffin book.
No way.
It was called Griffin Investigations, the Griffin book. It's different now, but yeah, that's what happened. So,
did you win the hand at least?
We did, and if we didn't win the hand, we might have not. No, that's not true. They throw you out anyway. I'm in the book because I'm gonna play more when the count's better.
But almost anyone with money would take that deal.
Yeah,
count or no count.
Yeah, it was like 11 versus like a 3. It was like it wasn't even like versus an ace or a 10. But even you're supposed to even do that. I mean, it's just
sure.
Yeah. Anyway, what else? Well, let's get to the sponsor so we can roll out of here.
Go ahead.
The 6-5 teasers still. I tell you, teasers have been really good this year. The games have been so much closer. They play closer. You have lower totals this year. The totals this year are 4 points less than they have been previous seasons. So what that means is games are going to play down to the level closer. Points are worth especially. They're actually worth a lot more than they would have been worth 4 years ago. So what I'm trying to say is that teasers have been more profitable. Sportsbooks know that. The sportsbooks in this town have all raised their teasers to 125 or beyond. The average is 6-point teasers 130. 130 laying on a teaser will make the difference from being a winning player to a losing player for anyone, including anyone sharp. So 120 is the right price. MyBookie.ag, 120 teasers. Also, they have a 10% bonus, one-time rollover if you use the code Krack, Krack. All I can tell you is you're getting a bonus, you're getting the best price on teasers, and you might get the best price on a couple underdogs there. So you should definitely have that in your sports betting arsenal.
Can I add to that?
Yeah. What else you got?
I'm going to give you some December baseball picks.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm going to tell you the two teams from the National League that are going to play in the championship, and I'm going to tell you the two teams in the American League.
Reds?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Cincinnati Reds are going to play the Dodgers, and the Texas Rangers are going to play the Baltimore Orioles.
Well,
okay?
Wow, Baltimore.
So do what you want. George, what are those lines on my bookie? Do you know?
Yeah, I was looking at the World Series, but I can pull up the pennant.
Yeah, pull up the pennant because you could. I'm giving you 4 winning bets right there, people.
Wow.
Dodgers,
Reds, Orioles, Rangers.
So right now, Orioles are coming in at 7-1 to win the AL pennant.
Yep.
And where's
Orioles?
And then the Orioles, and then the Rangers are 5-1, and then for your NL pennant, you put the Dodgers in there?
I do. I know the value's not there, but
no way.
They're going to be tough to beat.
And then so Dodgers are 2-1, Reds are 22-1.
Reds have some value.
Yeah, so it doesn't make sense to bet the Dodgers on that.
Yeah.
Right? No sense at all. But definitely Reds. Reds and hedge.
So you'll I would even maybe say maybe wait, for that till people have some money, maybe when they have nothing to bet on and there's more money in the marketplace, maybe the odds might get better because people will be betting on that towards the season.
But the Orioles might add some pieces to the puzzle. I'd jump on Orioles right now.
Yep.
And I would definitely jump on Reds right now.
Okay.
Just saying.
Last thing I'll end with, George, go back to my Twitter. 3 days ago, I put up a video. I checked video poker progressive meters at every casino I visit. You may be surprised what you find. The reason why I put that up there, guys, I look at a casino unlike anyone else, I think. Not anyone else, but unlike most people. I walk in, I check the progressive meters of all the video poker. So for a 25-cent video poker machine, usually $1,000 is the jackpot for the Royal Flush. However, usually every single casino has progressives, and some of them reach like $2,500, $2,800. They're worth playing rather than playing at another bank where the progressive is only $1,100. So, and I check that on 25-cent, 50-cent, $1, $5. I always check the progressives. If you're going to gamble on the property anyway, if you're staying there, you need to get card points, whatever it may be. Check the progressives in the casino. I think that's a good thing. All right, then, John. Right. Merry Christmas. Not Happy New Year, because we will see each other.
One more next week.
Yeah. But have a great weekend, and your dad's coming to town next month, right?
January 19, 2021. I got to get some tickets.
Oh, I got tickets for the 21st. Yeah.
I got to go buy tickets. Can you imagine they're out of comps? I got to go buy tickets for people. It's crazy.
For people.
For people.
Yeah, I know you do that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, gang.
All right, guys.
Happy holidays and all that
holidays.
stuff. We'll see you.